Welcome to the Should I Watch It podcast. This episode, having consumed more than 7,500 episodes of TV from more than 250 shows. That's right, if you do the maths, it's more than 6,000 hours of watching TV. Totally disgusting. Would you please welcome your host with the square eyes, Neil. Hey guys, thanks so much to that incredible voiceover bloke again. Gee whiz, I should give him a pay raise. As he said, my name's Neil and welcome to another episode of the Should I Watch It podcast, the show that gives you a spoiler-free look into the best shows you mightn't be watching, well, yet that is. In case you missed last week's episode about the TV show The Magicians, or you haven't heard an episode before, here's how this works. So each episode, what I do is run you through a TV show you mightn't have heard of, let you know what the show's about, what my thoughts are on it, what the critics think about it, and what similar shows are out there. And lastly, the most important question, should you watch it? So tonight, we're going to be talking about the TV show Future Man. Now, it is a comedy, and it's about a 20-something-year-old called Josh Futterman, who's a normal geeky gamer by night and a janitor by day. Now, he beats a video game called Biotic Wars. It's a post-apocalyptic video game which no one's ever beaten before, and everyone's actually given up on, and it's become very unpopular to play. All of a sudden, the main two characters, Tiger and Wolf, appear from the future, revealing that the game wasn't just a game, but it was actually a training manual for someone to be able to help defeat the Biotic Wars. And it's one of those shows where their muscle, Tiger and Wolf's muscle that is, and brain, by Josh, team up to prevent an apocalyptic future. Now, my thoughts are this is more than a story about a time-travelling janitor, which is what it's billed as. It's really an odd couple story where futuristic caveman and cavewoman, that's Tiger and Wolf of course, come back in time and eventually end up growing a heart, and they also help Josh turn into a man. It is a very crude show. It is written by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, so it's that particular style of humour, but for me, it has me splitting my sides with laughter. It's a nostalgic nod to top sci-fi blockbusters over the last 30 years. What I would say, though, is push through the first few episodes, and the story, the smart, hilarious story, actually has you wanting to binge the next episode by the end of it. Rotten Tomatoes has 82% of the critics liking it, with them giving it a 7 out of 10 rating on average. Metacritic also gives it a 70%. IMDb, which is run by viewers like yourself, actually gives it a 7.9 out of 10. Now, Nick Allen from RogerEbert.com wrote, "There's numerous surprises and big laughs. Future Man is what happens when giddy, geeky, and inspired storytelling is allowed to go full throttle." I completely agree with that. The Metacritic user Norse says it's funny in sort of a bro kind of way, but it also maintains a balance between wit, outrageousness, and nostalgia. Similar shows, I would say there's not too many around. It's easiest to compare it to sort of every Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg movie. Say like Superbad or This Is the End or Get Him to the Greek or Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That sort of stoner type humour. It is quite crude. It is raunchy. It is violent at times. And if Rogen Goldberg type humour isn't your thing, then I would say probably don't watch it. Otherwise, should you watch it? Heck yes. Season 2 just premiered on the 11th of January 2019. And to sum it up, I'll quote the IMDb user GoGoShuka1. Yes, try saying that 3 times fast. "For sci-fi nerds and fans of the over-the-top comedy who don't mind the occasional bit of gore, semen, and other bodily fluids, this is a must. 8 out of 10. And I completely agree with that. I think a 7 or an 8 out of 10 is a very accurate rating. Well, that's all for today, guys. If you like this podcast, please go to iTunes right now and subscribe, and most importantly, rate us. I'd love to get your feedback. It doesn't matter if it's 5 stars or 1 star. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you give us some feedback. Also, make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter for all your TV news and episode updates. And feel free to submit what lesser-known show you want reviewed next so everyone else knows about it. We'll see you again in the next episode where we're going to be reviewing American Gods. Cheers.